got this thing working here. Man, that took a little minute. Sometimes that thing will act like it doesn't work at all. That's why I gotta get on my Ray Charles and make it do what it do, baby. Just wait for some people to get in here. As soon as I said that, somebody popped up. What's up? Shout out to that one person that just slid on in here. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a good day and everything is going your way. All right. Okay. All right. See, there's a lot of things we could talk about. Let some people get in here, see which direction I feel like taking this thing, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. A lot of interesting things to discuss today. All right, and we ain't gonna hold nothing back. So hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe because it's about to get real in Drutube land. Alright, so hit that like button. Shout out to all my new subscribers. I see we got some new ones. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Okay. Working my way up to 26,000. Not giving up with my channel. I might even go into a little bit about that on what's been going on with me and things like that. So shout out to all you beautiful people out there. Hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday. Shout out to everybody who upholds the Sabbath. Shout out to all the all the people enjoying their Sabbath day and whatnot. What interested me and made me realize that I needed to do my own part as far as the Sabbath and things like that. What interested me into recognizing it and treating it as something important was when I found out even the animals chill on the Sabbath day. Like the animals will work all 7 days, Sunday to Saturday, and then they'll take like a rest. They'll take a break. They won't work as hard. So it's like even nature upholds the Sabbath and chills out. So that's what made me interested in it and to take heed to that and uphold that, because once I found that out, I was like, okay, even nature's down, so once I found that out, I was like, yo, I'm sold, I'm in there. So I started making sure that was something that I recognized every Saturday. I'd make sure that I didn't go to work, things like that. Make sure I would have off on weekends and things, and if I did have to work, I'd make sure that I worked on Sunday. But I mean, if you have to work, God understands that too, right? So don't not take care of your life and not do what you need to do just because of the Sabbath. He doesn't want you to do that. He even talks about that, with the whole ox in the ditch thing. If you got your ox is in a ditch, just because it's the Sabbath, you don't have to let your ox stay in the ditch. You can get your ox out of the ditch. So basically, don't not fix your life or put your life on hold for it. But just it's ceremonial practices, to keep you in alignment. A whole bunch of other good things to allow you to rest. Everybody, the body needs rest. So that's why it's important to me. It's always good to get some rest, especially in this program and this system that we're dealing with. Your body needs rest. All right, there's a lot that is taken out of us. There's a toll taken on the body throughout the week and your mind. So it's always good to get that rest. And why not do it on a day that is sanctified, sanctified by God. So that's always good to make sure Sabbath. All right, make sure you're doing that. And I'm not a big You know, I'm not big on telling people what to do, and I keep it to myself. So, you know, I'm sure God would like it for me to tell other people to do it, but, you know, each individual has their own thing. So it's up to you as an individual whether you want to or not. But for all the people that do celebrate it and uphold it, you know, shalom to you and yours. All right, so hit that like button, hit that share button. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get in this thing. All right, so I see we got 2 people in here. All right, or well, you know, whatever this thing is doing. But yeah, shout out to all the, you know, shalomers, and shout out to all the people who do that. Okay, now we got Zero. Okay, Zero is a hero. All right, so we're gonna let some real people come on in here because those people didn't even comment, so I don't even know what they're up to. So yeah, shout out to all the beautiful people out there that are subscribed to my channel, and I'm gonna let some of them come on in here. But yeah, let's not, you know, get it twisted. I'm no big, you know, I'm not no big Sabbath person. I just learned about a little bit about it and know about it and know it's something that you're supposed to recognize. So I just want to, you know, make that statement clear, just for the record. You know, I'm no big Sabbath guy, but I do recognize it, and I do view it as something important because you know, God looks at it that way too. So that's how I view that thing. You know, so that's just as far as that, just how I look at that. You know, don't need anybody coming after me. Oh, you don't this and you don't that, and you're right. I don't do all that, and I don't plan on it. But I do plan on doing what's right for me, and you know what I feel is good. You know what I feel is good, and what I feel, you know what I feel I should do as far as what God would want. And you know that's up to each individual. You know, I feel so. As long as you're not. Yeah, they keep kicking people out of my live. Let's see what's up. I don't know what's up with this thing here. Why it's doing that. Y'all probably couldn't even hear me the whole time. Cause that damn Bluetooth was on. Could y'all hear me? Cause my Bluetooth was on. Y'all probably didn't even hear a word I was saying. Yo, can y'all hear me? Cause I had my Bluetooth on. I didn't even know if you guys could hear me or not. But welcome to my channel. Talk about a lot of cool topics. I make a lot of hot beats. I showcase them on here from time to time. Yo, put a comment in the comments so I know everything is working, y'all. Let me know who's here. Don't be shy. Holla at me. You could talk to me. Let me know what's going on with everybody in the chat. I feel like I'm getting my groove back with my live streams and whatnot, getting my mojo back, because I haven't been doing this for a while. I've been taking a break. Because sometimes, you know, you have to take a break, and sometimes you have to sometimes you gotta fall back from things, even though you enjoy them and you know you love doing them. Sometimes it's good to fall back and take a break. You know, take a rest. Have your own Sabbath, right? Take your own Sabbath time out. So that way you could just get some rest, because rest is important. You gotta rest. So I feel that I'm rested enough. I feel I'm ready to come back. I feel I'm ready to get started, ready to get back into you know, my YouTube activities. Damn, man, I hope this live stream isn't messing up. I hope you guys aren't commenting and it's just not showing it. Somebody say what's up. I'm just sitting here listening to this beat I made. Y'all can vibe, feel free to vibe out with me if you wish. Just putting some little grooves together, some sounds together and whatnot. Who you know play piano like that, y'all? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that play piano, but not like I do. You know, they can't get those spaces and those grooves and those little funky spots like your main man Drutube can. You feel me? And if they can, they don't do it the way I do it. Even if they do it better than me, they don't do it the way I do it. And that's that. Add a little clap to it, you know. I hope everybody's week is good. Week went good. Hope everybody's week went well. All right. Hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. All right. It was a long week. If you went hard this week, and I'm sure you did, and you are enjoying yourself and all the things that you did this week, good for you. All right. You earned it. You deserved it. Now it's time to relax now. All right, it's time to get your relaxation on because you earned it and you deserved it and you worked hard this week. That's what it's all about. Working hard and being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor and reaping the benefits and rewards of what you put out into the universe, right? So that's a very powerful thing. So kick back, relax, put your feet up, all right, and vibe with me. All right, and if you already have it, subscribe to me. All right, subscribe to me, hit that like button, and share this live stream. All right. See, we got 4 likes and only 2 people in the building, and I don't see anybody's comments. Let me come on out of here and see if it'll boot me back up. Yo, spam the comments until a comment pops up. Because YouTube doing me dirty. They don't want me to see y'all comments. They don't want us to be able to interact with each other. So keep spamming. Keep dropping comments until one of them pops up. This is crazy. I made this yesterday. I was cooking up while I was cooking up. Started, making some breakfast or whatever. Was hooking up some little eggs, some turkey bacon and whatnot. And yeah, I know Dr. Sadie would go hard on me about them eggs and whatnot. My bad, Dr. Sadie. But I had me some eggs and whatnot, and I was making breakfast and making this beat at the same time. Damn near burnt my potatoes and whatnot. But yeah, I was cooking up while I was cooking up. I started making breakfast. I started humming a little something, and I went in the room, grabbed my laptop, started, pulled it back out to the kitchen, started hooking this up, man. I was out there. Yesterday was cool. Why aren't they showing? Nobody's coming. I don't know what happened to the comments. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what happened to the comments. I don't know what happened to the comments. I get it, make them sick. Somebody probably vomit. I don't know what happened to the comments. Make my haters sick. Here's a trash bag you can vomit. Ugh, fly in the comment. Ugh. Fly in the comment. Fresh like comment. Stay clean. I'm shining like sheen. I'm grinding for my dream. Fresh, in yourself. You gotta believe. If you got a dream, know you can achieve. They gonna try to hate. 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 That's cause they fake. See it in their face. Smile all in it. So we got one comment. Yo, have happy Saturday to Drew and the crew. Yo, shout out to we got Michael K in the building, man. Yo, shout out to Michael. Always showing some support. I used to work with him, Michael. Hopefully, you're not that Michael. But if you are, shout out to you. If you're the Michael that I used to work with, shout out to you. It's not, nothing personal to you, Michael, but it be some names in here, boy. It be the names that, I done met people in real life and stuff. And I'm like, oh, well, a lot of some names, are popular, more popular than others. So shout out to you, Michael, and you and your popular name. All right, and I'm pretty sure you're not the Michael that I worked with, but I didn't have no problems with that dude anyway. He was cool. There's always the people, I ain't gonna. It is always them. They're always cool, but and I'm not saying no offense to you, Michael, but you know how you work with people. And there are people who are like, someone would consider them slow. Michael's gonna be like, hey, I ain't slow, damn it. Yeah, I know you're not, Michael. You're very fast. All right, shout out to Fast Michael. Pew! But some people not to say slow, because that might be taken as rude or messed up. But people who have, I guess you could say, a learning deficiency or a mental brain deficiency. I don't know what the correct term is without offending anybody today in 2020, whatever. But the brother Michael had a little learning situation, and it's always people with like the learning, little learning situation, or people that someone will say, oh, there's something wrong with him, or oh, he has this problem. Those are some of the coolest people. And to me, they don't have no problems to me. You know, they may not be able to think as fast as other people or totally make decisions on their own or whatever they got going on. I don't know what, maybe they can, maybe they can't. I don't know what they got going on. But it's always the people that are like, you know, not up to speed, so to speak, or what may seem like them not being up to speed, because who's to determine who's up to speed and who's not. But it's always those people that are like the coolest people, you know? And like that was one of the coolest people there. He would just say, "What's up?" You know, didn't have much to worry about him or nothing like that. He was cool. He never bothered me. Always polite. Always, you know, a good dude. Always cool. Never on that BS. You know, never on that BS that people on BS at jobs be on. And yeah, I didn't have any problems with him. But the normal functioning people and the people that were up to speed, oh man, yo, man, those people would not let me live, you know. I had to constantly pray and constantly, you know, take the higher road and constantly try to be the better person around those individuals because they like to try to bring the worst out of you. You just trying to get a paycheck. You just go in there trying to get paid. You just go in there trying to get a paycheck. I'm gonna bring the worst out of that one. They don't like they will hate on you for the way you talk to the customers. You know, they won't like the way the customers interact with you versus how they interact with them. You know, I don't. Look at the way the customers are interacting with him. Yeah, I know they like them. They like him more than who in the hell cares about whether the person that comes to, I don't give a damn if them people like me or not. I'm just trying to be polite to actually not to be rude. Unfortunately, you know, hey, it's work. Everybody be at work, damn it. I'm trying to get them people out my face so I can get back to, you know, living and dreaming. So that way I can get back to, you know, some mental peace. I'm just trying to get, hi, hello, how are you? Okay, have a good day. Get the fuck out my line. Thank you. Don't come again. You know, nah, it's not like that. But damn, we done lost all the subscribers off. We done lost all the people in the chat off that one. Everybody, I'm out of here. That's not good. I thought he believed in Christ. I'm out of here. Nah, I do. But yeah, man, but you know, I'm polite and things like that. But you know how it is when you at work, man. You just trying to get through the day. Hi, hello, how are you? Boop. Or whatever you're doing. Hi, hello, how are you? Okay, close sale. Okay, you buying the house, $100 million down. Okay, thank you. Click. I know one of you 7 people, you know, that hey, all you 7 people. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody's closing $1 million deals. Hey, oh, hey, oh. Everybody get money. Whatever they were saying. But yeah, at work, that's pretty much it, you know. You'll just be there trying to get through the day, helping people with the customer service and whatnot. And, you know, sometimes it's real with some of the customers because, you know, when they're cool and they don't come through on no BS and, you know, it's all love. You helping them, they're helping you. You know, they're helping you. We'll get to that in a minute. And we'll really get to that in a minute. We're gonna break that down. The lottery psychology. I love when you guys bring up topics that I could chew up and spit out and allow you to pick up some things that I put down. But we're definitely gonna get into that. But yeah, you know, I always am polite at work, and if I'm not, I don't say nothing to nobody. You know, like when you're in a bad mood and you don't want nobody in your face, that's when they want to be in your face the most. His vibe's down. His energy is low on that one. Attack. They're not as high today. Attack. Their vibe is a little off today. Attack. Yo, Vic the Truth Teller, Part 3. What's happening, player? Shout out to you. Alright, but yeah, and you know the people that that fall back at work, they're always the coolest. You know, shout out to the people that mind their business at work. Okay, you don't like it and unlike it? Well, guess what? I don't like you neither. How about that one? All right. But what was I about to say? Yeah, shout out to all the cool people at work. Shout out to all the people that just mind their business, relax, do their job, help a person out. You know what? I'm gonna bag. I'm gonna come over here and just chill and bag. But to all you attention seekers at work, you know that, and I don't even know if half of the people that be seeking attention really take a good look in the mirror. You know, are you anything that anybody would even want to pay attention to? Let's start there. Are you anybody that anyone would want to pay attention to before you want to be all up in somebody's face? But as far as the lottery, you said you played the lottery and you didn't win. Look, let me ask you a few questions. When you played the lottery, did you see yourself as having the winning numbers, or were you just putting that all on fate, all on the universe? And keep it real. See, it's all coming together now. It's coming together now. When you do something, you have to have faith, but you have to have a feeling. I suggest everybody go read the book and watch the movie The Secret. I have to watch the movie, but I read the book. Go read the book The Secret. Go buy the book and read the book The Secret, and you'll thank me. And wonder why I'm on here talking all fly like I am when it comes to getting what you want out of life and manifesting what you want. Because what I'm saying is based off of truth. So I'm very confident with what I speak. This isn't ego. This is confidence based off of truth. This is the way God made it. All right, so if you see yourself with the winning numbers, right? See yourself with the winning numbers before you go pick them. Have the numbers already in your mind and see them as the winning numbers and have the feeling that you won. Have the feeling that you got it. You know? You have to feel like you can win the do you even feel, and I'm being real here, do you deep down inside in your heart of hearts, do you feel like you can win the lottery? Do you feel like you can win? Or do you feel like you're just a bunch of other numbers out in the universe, and do you honestly feel like you don't know? See? You got to keep it real with yourself. You have to develop the feeling. The feeling is the secret. Feeling gets the blessing. Your feeling is a magnet. She ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Oh, she won? Oh, okay. Well, subconsciously, there were some things that she was aware of and that she knew and that she was using. That's all. That's all it is. People know people, and sometimes when you know something that you don't know, sometimes that's when the power is the strongest, because there's nothing combating it. There's no way for doubt to come in because you don't even know you know. When you know, you got to clear out all the reasons why it wouldn't work. And she was just going off of what she wanted to happen and what she made herself believe. She believed that she could win, so it is possible. If you believe you can win, you can win. If you truly can win, you can make happen whatever you want to happen. And if you believe that unwaveringly, you can get what you want. You can win the lottery. In fact, you already won. And I mean, there are watch videos from people who won the lottery. They'll tell you word for word everything that I'm saying. They'll tell you every word for. They'll tell you what I'm saying for word for word. So it is possible. Me personally, I take that same approach with my goals, with with my dreams and things like that. I take that same approach. I personally take I'm going to create a lottery for myself. I plan on hitting the lottery with ideas, with thoughts, with things that I'm going to create and make. So yeah, look after this live stream. Look up some videos of some people that hit the lottery, and like they'll break down the manifestation on how they hit. See, like you have to go into things and know the ins and outs of what you're doing, and that's the problem with a lot of the things that we try to do in life. We see other people get good results, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with looking out into the world and saying, you know what, because you're not hating on anybody, and you're appreciating another person's success and what they can do. So that those are two powerful things. So give yourself a pat on the back. You see something that's possible for yourself, and you appreciate the fact that somebody else got a W, and that's your ex on top of that, and your ex-wife on at that, and you're not even a hater. And we're not even gonna get into any of that, because whatever transpired, that's your business, right? But you didn't even have anything negative to say. You said she won, and you just focused on what you're trying to get for yourself. So that's very powerful. So you could take that same amount of focus, right? But no, more power to you, because you're a winner too, and you have that same power to win. You have that same power to win. It's just people don't think it's possible for themselves. That person won because they saw it and felt it and knew that it was possible for themselves. What up? What up? QT Cinderella 77. Hit that like button for me, cutie. I'm a TI. Also, my stalking is political. It started after I started speaking out after Palestinian people. And see, that's the thing, right? You could become a TI for anything. You could be targeted for anything. Some people are so egotistical that when they get targeted, if you don't have the same targeting, they don't consider you a target or whatever. And it's like that, not that that makes any difference to you, because you know what you experience in your own personal life. So whether another target agrees with what you're going through or not, especially when it's something that you deal with on an everyday basis, is preposterous. This video might not be for you. I make music. Those are that's my music playing in the background. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. There's another live stream that I might do with something for you. So if you're not, if you don't appreciate, my music, I'm not mad at you, but I'm not turning that off. So yeah, that's my music in the background. So she called it an alarm. That's funny. No, it's not an alarm, sweetheart. It's a piano playing in the background, and it's just looping. Oh, that's wonderful. That's awesome that you write songs. What type of songs do you like to write? Yep, it is looping. That's cool that you know that. But yeah, every day. is given to us as a blessing or a lottery. But you ain't got to go that deep, bro. It is. But you trying to get some money out here. Let's be quite frank and let's keep it real. You know, you want to keep it real with God and you want to keep it real with the universe. You want some money. You know what I'm saying? And you know you deserve all of God's goodness. And the fact that you want to hit the lottery and be a millionaire, that's God wanting to hit the lottery and experience being a millionaire through you. All right? Because God didn't put us here to be poor. He didn't put us here to be broke. You know, you got to get that out. A lot of people, they have this complex in their mind and they're doing it to themselves and they don't even know because they just don't understand. You know, they have they developed the wrong way of thinking about God and money and things like that from, you know, hearing other people. Oh, God doesn't want me to this. God doesn't want me to do this. God won't let me this. He wants what you want for yourself. You know, as long as you make yourself ready for it. As long as you make yourself ready for it and you truly feel that you're deserving of it and that it can come to you, then it's already yours, and there's nothing that can stop it from coming into your life. You're going to get what you want. Me personally, I just take the approach of I'm going to work towards what I want, and I'm going like I know what I need to do, and I just have to do it. Like when you want something and you want to create something and want to build something, there's steps that you have to take, there's things that you have to do, and you can break those steps and those things down into a process day by day to where you do a little bit, hold yourself accountable, do what you need to do, put in the work you need to put in, and eventually you'll be able to wake up and have something that you can either build due to the information that you've learned and put together, or you'll have something built. And that's why life is awesome, man. When you take that approach and you just you go after what you want each and every day, and you're like, okay, I do a little bit more, I do a little bit more, I do a little bit more. You take the Will Smith approach, because he said his dad made him lay a brick wall, him and his brother, while they were on summer vacation from school, and every day he made them lay a brick. So that taught him that you don't have to do something all in one day, but if you take something, break it down day by day, brick by brick, eventually, before you could look up, you'll have something, well established, well running, well put together, that you could eat off of, that you could benefit off of. But yeah, bro, you trying to get some money, so yeah, you don't have to be humble with that, man. It's good to be humble, but God put you here to be rich, man. Like if you could see the kingdom of heaven, it will blow your mind. It's astonishing. All the jewels and all the rubies and gold and silver and gemstones and everything. God is a fly God. Yeah, he's not a sky God, but he's a fly God. You know what I'm saying? So he wants us to be fly just like him. He didn't put us here to suffer. But Palestinian voices are put on a terrorist watch list, and we can't get jobs, and we are getting fired for speaking up. I mean, me personally, no offense to any people in different countries and stuff like that, and but me being who I am, as far as like being African American, black, Israelite, whatever you want to call me, due to what we're going through, I focus on primarily what me and my people have to deal with and what we're going through. And that's why I go so hard with what I have to do, because as an individual, I have to do something for myself. And that way, then eventually I'll be able to reach out and do things for, myself and, people who look like me, and possibly even some other people. But I definitely feel for what's going on over there in Palestine. It's not right, and they're going through a lot of the same things that black people go over here. And that's why Palestine, you know, they even rooting for the black people over here. That's why it's a lot of videos right now where Palestine is, you know, talking about how, you know, they're on the same team as black Americans. But as far as you know, but yeah, that's a whole nother animal right there in itself. But there's a lot going on over here for Black Americans. I like my focus right here is, you know, at home base, you know, but I'm definitely in support of, you know, everybody else and all the, you know, the gripes that people are going through, because I believe in fair treatment for everybody. You know, I believe that nobody should get the short end of the stick and be caught, you know, at the tail end of this devil, you know, that we all have to deal with, you know. And the devil's time is running out, right? People are waking up, people are becoming hip, people are you know, waking up to what they need to do. But yeah, shout out to everybody, man. If you can support my channel right now, all right, send a donation. My Cash App and all the other avenues that you can support my channel are in the subscription. So if you would like to support, which I know you would, all right, send a donation today. My information and everything is in the description. So if you would like to send a Cash App or a PayPal, I also have Chime as well. So please show your support. It means a lot. Oh, yeah. Oh, of course, of course, of course, of course. You got to be in California right after I done left there. I was just in California. Where were you a few months ago? You should have subscribed. We could have went out and got some smoothies, got some fresh fruit smoothies out there, and chilled on the beach underneath the palm tree. But shout out to you, QT Cinderella. You know, as long as you ain't got no as long as you ain't got no beard, nothing like me, and you got a lace front, then I can get down with you. All right, don't be hiding behind no YouTube handle. I'm just playing with you, girl. But yeah, but all the just for, you know, reference, all the ladies, make sure you are a lady. All right. Well, we do yeah, we do hooters and cooters, no shooters. All right. But shout out to all the lovely ladies, respectfully, on this channel. It's a lot of, you know, it's a lot of different things out in the world today. So I'm just making sure, you know, only yeah, big hooters and cooters, and that's it. No shooters. All right. So you know, shout out to everybody and who they them. Shout out to everybody and what you trying to be, or who you know who you think you may are, or were, or trying to be. You know, shout out to every one of y'all. All right. But you know, trying to create new letters and everything. You know. And that one flag is really wrong. That one flag is really, you know, because I try not to be, you know, it's weird because they tell you not to be upset, because it's like they tell you if you have any feelings about it, then they tell you that, you know, you got you're trying to suppress something. So it's like I just don't take no sides on it, because you speak out on it. You know, I'll speak out on it when the time is right, like a situation with the Sydney Star where the young man was, forcefully, penetrated and all that. That's wrong, you know. But as far as them and minding their own business and them choosing the lifestyle they choose, I only have an issue with it because, you know, I don't want to see anybody go against what God says, and I wouldn't want anybody, you know, to corrupt their own spirit. But other than that, hey, live your life, mind your business, and, you know, we all got to reap what we sow. But as far as that one flag, it's diabolical because they got pink and blue on there for baby colors, because that is they got a section in there for PDFs, and you know the PDFs, they like the children. And I seen that flag, and I just was like, for the longest time, for years, I would see the pink and the blue and white flag, and I'd be like, what the hell is that? I'm like, what the hell is that? But the one, it represents the dealing with children. because it's got baby blue and baby pink on there for freaking kids. For you gotta be a sick individual to want to mess with a kid. And like anybody that, if just a sidebar, you know, like, and this has nothing to do with this, but for any good people out there, men, and any good men out there, because unfortunately the day and age we live in, there's some twisted people out here. So I hate to say this, but if anybody gets wrongly accused of anything, don't continue to deal with that person. Don't take that lightly. All right, if somebody is ever talked about, oh well, you're this or you're that, and that's not what you are, don't continue to talk to that person. People who play with you like that, we're not dealing with people who play with us anymore. All right, anybody that jokes around with saying anything that you aren't, just cut that person off. Because depending on the situation, because there's some dads out there that get put in some really bad situations, and get a lot of things put on them. Some of them dudes do that. Oh, yeah, I thought so. And I didn't want to put anything on anybody because I don't want nothing put on me. But that would make sense that's terrible. Because I know me. I got cousins, I got family, and when people, when like you saying that to me, so it's like, okay, I just stopped talking to her. I stopped talking to the person. And whoever does that to me, or whoever says that, I will stop talking to them. Because unfortunately, that's a lot of females go to when they're upset, when they're mad, when they're hurt. They're gonna try and say, oh, well, this is it. They're gonna make up anything. But that's just a sidebar, because that's what we're talking about. And someone had tried that crap recently, and I had to shut them down, and I no longer talk to that person. And moving forward, I'm not gonna go back and talk to that person, because it's only common sense, and it only makes sense that when people say things, you can't take things as, oh, they just said that. Like, no, that person will try and get you set up. That person will try, and that person, you can't underestimate people with some of the things that they say. We are losing our free shield. I'm gonna say whatever. Well, I'll say what I need to say, because when it needs to be talked about, I'm not voluntarily gonna come for anybody, even though you need to speak truth to power as far as that. But you can't do anything if you're shut down. I'm not going to. I know how to. It's not what you do. I heard a wise person say this week, and I'm gonna repeat it. I'm gonna reiterate it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. And I know how to say things. I'm very good at saying things without saying them. So I know how to, get at things and talk about certain things without saying it. Because like that whole saucy Santana thing, like that's disgusting. And that's creepy. And it's like people are, I just seen a video with him. I'm not sure if it's new or if it's old, but I just saw a video of him the other day around some kids. And I'm like, why in the heck would you let that thing around your children? He can't be trusted. I don't even care if it's little girls. He can't be trusted around little girls. He thinks he's a girl. You can't trust those types of people. Cannot be trusted around children, man. And it's nothing against them personally. It's the spirit that they got on them, and we gotta save the children. We gotta save the children. You gotta save the kids. You gotta, exactly. They call it she and all. That's a man. Sydney Starr is a man. I would never call anybody that's not a biological woman a woman. That's, my mom's a woman. I came from a woman. I'm not disrespecting women like that. You want to talk about all this disrespecting women? A man talking about what he thinks about a woman and a woman's body is disrespecting women, but a man cosplaying as a woman is not disrespecting women. That is nuts. And yo, don't call no woman cis. Don't call no woman cis. It's a woman. Oh, you're cisgender. No, I'm this gender. It's a woman. Ain't no cisgender. You're this gender, the woman gender. All these damn pronouns. They did that to confuse the kids. Kids don't understand the way that stuff works. They don't have a full understanding of that, and they don't. Kids don't have a full understanding of that. They did that to confuse kids, to confuse the next generation, because they're trying to decrease the population. You know, they only wanted 100,000 people. They only want 100,000 people. They're trying to decrease the population. While I'm being stalked, it's because I'm a handsome devil. That's why. Can't you see it? That's why I'm stalked. Nah, I'm stalked because I vibrate at a hairy. Not a hairy. Oh Lord, I rebuke that. Oh my God, I'm not vibrating at no hairy. Okay, yikes, yeeks. Vibrating at the hairy, y'all. All right, I vibrate at a very high level. All right, I vibrate at a very high level. I have ancient wisdom, knowledge, science. I'm aware of I'm aware of my past. A lot of things from my past, like past life, come back to me when I see images, when I see statues, when I could look at certain things and see what they are and see what people were doing and see why they were doing it. I can connect a lot of dots. I'm very aware of a lot of things without saying too much. Exactly. Yep. I could when I'm around people, I see everything. I'm not perfect at all. And that's why I'm always so avidly talking about self-improvement. Because not only do I see everything with other people, I see everything with myself as well. So, that's why a lot of us, we overthink because we're so aware of what everybody's up to, what we're up to, micromanaging ourselves, trying to, make sure that, we're suitable to, and right for other people as well as ourselves. People don't like you when you speak the truth. They don't. You're a threat to them. They're not going to like you when you say what's real because you're going to possibly expose something in them. So that's why they don't like it. Because you're possibly up something about them and make them aware of something that they need to change. But yeah, yep. Yeah, right. We're uncontrollable. Yeah, they definitely want to try and control you. And like we don't go through life like everybody else does. And another thing too, right? Like you have to remember, this is a program. This is a matrix. So once you become aware, and once you're able to see certain things, you're aware of things that other people aren't, which means you're going to stand out. And the agents, just like in the movie The Matrix, the agents, because you're chosen, because you believe in Christ, because you put God first, because you have a divine connection to the source, to the universe, you are aware of your divinity. You're going to stick out. Yo, what up, blessed and highly favored. We got my MOD in the building. Shout out to the mob. Shout out to the mod squad. All right. And a lot of people don't like that. And it draws a lot of attention to you because it's like you're not a rat in the race anymore. You're running your own race. You're not doing what everybody else is doing. You're not doing what everybody would want you to do. You're a lone wolf. You see things for what they really are. You see people for what they really are. You know, when you look at people, they feel like you're staring through their soul. People don't even like it when you look at them. You know, you probably yourself had to overcome, you know, certain fears, you know, and social anxieties, and thinking that you were the problem, when really it was other people not being able to take you and who you are as a person. So, you know, they are trying to save face. And now, because you can notice and see that, you know, there's something off. I stop plucking my mustache hairs. Them things be tickling, man. But yeah, shoot, sometimes they be getting in the way, and you just be like, this is right. That's right where I pull them from too. Yes, see the world for what it really is. Absolutely. And you know, a lot of people, it's just like the movie Fallen. Then exactly, that's another thing. They see your light. They see your light, and there's witches that follow you around that will send spirits, right? And I seen a video that said this the other day, and it made sense. So I'm not how true this is. I'm not sure how true this is, but it would make sense, because everybody can't be a stalker or a gang stalker, and it feels like that. But the person said that there are a few witches that follow us every day that send evil spirits into the people around us. And he used this example, and I was like, okay, well, that makes sense, because when you hear someone talk and they word for word explain what you're going through, and it's like, okay, I know exactly what this person is talking about because I experienced this firsthand. This person was talking about going to the grocery store. When you get out of your car and you got people trying to rush into the store before you get there. You get out of, like, they pull up when you pull up, or they're already waiting there, and then you pull up, and I've talked about this on here. So yeah, they do have to find out who you are and do reading on you. Yep. You got people taking your pictures to tarot readers and whatnot, and the bad ones, right? Because there was I forget which one, but there was a story in the Bible where one of the figures had to go see like a spiritual woman, and that's basically what it was. He had to go seek the counsel of a spiritual person. So some of those are good, you know, but some of them, the ones that do evil, those are the ones that are bad. I have to remember this book that I was reading. I'll post it in the post, but there's a book that I'm gonna want you all to read. So write that one book down that I told you guys, because the books that I tell you guys, they're very important. So always write those down when I tell you guys about the books, okay? Check out the book, The Secret. All right. But before we get any further shout outs, I want to give another shout out to my mod. Everybody hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe. All right, send some love to my channel, not only in the comment section, but we have a goal that we are trying to reach, or that we're going to reach. We have a goal that we need to reach with every live stream that is $100. So if you could donate, everybody donate, and we could reach that goal, that would be perfect. All right, so that way we can accomplish our goal and reach our goal and meet our needs as far as what we're trying to do here. What other books? The one book that I recommend is The Secret, and the other book, I'm not sure, I forget the title. It's like a blue book. It's got stars on it, and it's a spiritual book. It's blue, it has stars on it, and it's this spiritual book. And I'm gonna post it on my page today when I get the chance. But check out a book called The Secret. Check out another book called It's Not Over Until You Win by Les Brown. And check out this book by Dexter Yeager called "Don't Let Anybody Steal Your Dream." So there's this book called "Don't Let Anybody Steal Your Dream" by Dexter Yeager, and a book by Les Brown called oh, is that the book I'm talking about? The spiritual book with the it's like a dark blue with like stars on it, and it looks like it's written by like a female, written by yeah, young lady or young woman that wrote it, or woman wrote it or something. That might be her name, but it's like it's got stars on the front. It's a spiritual book, and it's like dark blue. But yes, yeah, shout out to everybody that's supporting my channel. Thank you. Oh, talking about The Secret. If that, well, I mean, there's only one book really that popular called The Secret. So yes, that's the book. And I haven't read it in a while. I've read it a few times, but I don't. You know, let me look it up here. Got this, the World Wide Web right here. And it's by I heard of that name before, so I think I've heard of that name before. Deepak. What up there, Marilyn? Shout out to you, girl. Shh. Come on, Marilyn. Don't spoil the bunch. I got that book. I haven't read it yet. I'm crack it open. Right now, I'm currently reading. What am I currently reading right now? Right now, I'm currently reading. Well, if I can't remember it, that means I need to read it first, and I'll tell you all afterwards. All right. That's another thing. When you don't remember things, that's your spirit trying to that you remember, you know, subconsciously, but that's your spirit trying to keep you, you know, from, you know, to, you know, exposing too much. So I'll get back to you with that book in a second. But yeah, I have that book too. I have that book too. And I you know what, I might crack that book open today after this live stream. But right now I'm reading some gospels. I'm reading the Gospel of Thomas, Peter, Mary Magdalene. Those are some of the things that I'm reading. Okay, yo, shout out to you, Marilyn. That's what it is. Oh, and read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. But yeah, read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Check out his books. Yeah, and check out what's that book called? It's by John H. Johnson. But yeah, the book called The Secret is by Rhonda Byrne. Rhonda Byrne. The Secret is by Rhonda Byrne. I was following his channel. Oh, Robert Kiyosaki. Yeah, that's a great book. That's a really good book. Yeah, yep, that's a really good book. I suggest you read all of his books. But yeah, by Rhonda Byrne. Check out The Secret, Rhonda Byrne. That's a good book. The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. But yeah, life is a trip. I'm reading Marvelous Work and a Wonder. Okay, Marvelous Work and a Wonder. I never heard of that book. But yeah, I love to read, y'all. So, you know, y'all have any good books y'all want to share with me? That's crazy though. Whoever mentioned that, mentioned the, it would have been you, Marilyn. Shout out to Marilyn. Vanilla. All right, but hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Oh, if you don't mind me asking, what's your ethnicity? Is it Bonilla? Like is the L like bonilla? Like you fancy? You fancy, huh? Getting your Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats on? Oh, you fancy, huh? But Deepak Chopra, I've heard of Deepak Chopra. I heard of that name. I think I might have some books by that person. But yeah, shout out to you, Marilyn. Marilyn read it all. But yeah, I'm actually gonna bring some books on here, and I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read with you guys. We're gonna bring some books on here. We're gonna read. We're gonna discuss some things that I feel, are very important and will be some cool topics to talk about. And how I know? When you said Papa's, I was like, I had the feeling. I had the feeling that was your vibe. You got the little, you got the Hispanic vibe. That's what's up, yo. Shout out to you, Marilyn Bonilla. Oh, in South Central. You know what? I don't know, man. I'm about to end this live stream. Y'all are terrible. You Californians are terrible. Y'all gonna hit me up after I leave. I may have to, if y'all make it worth my while, I may have to come back and check some of y'all out and get my travel on. Y'all gotta make it worthwhile for me. Here, right there in South Central. Don't you know I was in South Central for the whole last year? For the whole last year. Yeah, shoot. Oh my goodness, I couldn't wait to get out of South Central. Good Lord. I was there when they was setting stuff on fire. I stayed on 210 West 105th Street. Damn, I done put the whole address out there. Y'all didn't hear that, and I didn't stay there. All right, but I stayed on 105th. Damn. I stayed on 105th Street. Yeah, I was there when they were setting everything on fire. Oh. Okay, oh, go ahead. I'm in Houston. Well, y'all know where I'm at, but I'm throwing up the H. But yeah, nah, I'm in Houston, so yeah, I'm throwing up the H. This is not for Hoover. I am. Yeah. What do you say? I don't bang. I just want to be famous for my dance. Yeah, anybody know where that's from? You the GOAT. He said, I don't bang. He said, I don't bang. I just want to be famous for my dance. I don't bang. Dang, 91 in Hoover. Girl, I could, man. What? I could have, what? I'd have been protecting you from all them people. They'd have been like, oh, there's Drew. There's Drew. What up, David? What up, my brother? I'd have been like, yeah, with my Malcolm X glasses on. Where they at? Yeah. Well, my brother, you have to let me pass because I have a friend up the street. And you, my brother, in blue, are prohibiting me from getting to that house. So what I need you to do, good brother, is step to the side so I can tell my friend Marilyn Bonilla I have arrived. But yeah, growing up out there, you won't fear nothing. Shoot, in South Central, what? Fear is afraid of you. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Texas, I like the vibe. I loved California. It was cool. I had a really good time there. When I wasn't getting extorted, because people in Cali, they love extortion, man. I gotta keep it real. There's some people out there that they'll extort you out your drawers. When I wasn't getting extorted from my my food clamps, and my food clamps and my my section grate, and what else? They was trying to, they was doing me. They was doing, man. I'm scarred. I got PTSD. I got it. Man. they'll extort you out your drawers out there, man. If somebody tells you you're malleable, run. You're malleable. What did you say? Pew. Hit the dough. Hit the dough. Man, hit the dough. Yo, I was getting extorted out that joint, man. Yo, wrong, man. Wrong. I was just trying to make a friend. I was just trying to make a friend, man. I'm going to the store. Yo, you ever buy something for somebody and they tell you that's not enough, or if they tell you I could wipe my ass with that, well, you know what? Shoot, you go do that, because you. Dang, yo, Marilyn, you gotta shoot me an email. Y'all, you know what? Marilyn, you got me messed up, homie. You got me messed up, Marilyn. That's what messed up Marilyn. That's your new name. It's like, nah, I'm just playing. You're not. Your name's not messed up. You and QT Cinderella. Y'all got me all the way messed up. I'm not even there anymore. But if I get the right email, I might double back. I might have to double back and check you out. All right. But for real though, hit my email. You know, let me know it's real. You gotta tap my name on it. Let me know it's real. All right, and get my Drake on. But yeah, did you think I'm cute? Thank you, Marilyn. I'm pretty sure you're very cute yourself. But Marilyn Bonilla. Bonilla. Gotta say it fancy now. Bonilla. Yeah, I love California. It's fun, man. You just gotta have your ducats up while you're out there. You gotta have you already gotta be set where you have some money, some family, some relatives, or your job situation is good. And that's really what happened. People was hating on me out there because wherever I worked, like when you're not from a place. And there was other people that weren't from there too, but like I was doing security downtown, and the people was hating on me because I was wearing a suit and I looked good in my suit, and they were mad because I looked good in my suit, and the ladies that came to the place were admiring how handsome I looked in my suit. And people were cool with me. I was being cool with the people, and people will not want you to upgrade. They'll not want you to get to the next level. They'll see your potential. They'll see what you can do. Your manager may hate on you because they may put you in a better position than them. Like, if I stayed there long enough, I could have actually made some things happen just based off of who I am, what I'm about, how I handle myself, how I talk to people, just like how I deal with you guys. And this is why people don't want us around, because when we come around, we start to shine, and they get blind. They don't want to be blind. But yo, shout out to Eva Watson. Yo, Eva Watson and Faith Over Fear. Y'all gotta co-mingle and get to know each other and say what's up. All right. So my one mod gotta get to know my other mod. All right. So shout out to Faith Over Fear and Eva Watson, my two mods. All right. We got the mod squad in the building. Oh, so they said don't. She said don't get Drew distracted. Yo, tell him, Eva, don't get me distracted. All right, and hey, Eva, don't you get me distracted either now. All right, Eva Watson, y'all. But yeah, I like people like me too. Oh. Yeah, I catch everything, and I hope you caught me catching that, because I caught you catching that, and you caught me catching you catching that. Hey, ladies, ladies. There's enough channel to go around. Hey, Eva, don't you do that. Hey, Eva. Hey. There's enough Drutube channel. There's enough comment space to go around. All right, hey, relax, ladies. There's enough comment space here for us all. All right, and I got a faith, and I got a mod in the building. Faith over fear. All right, faith over fear in the building too. All right, and he's fly just like Drew. He probably flyer than me. Keep it real. All right, so yeah, we got faith over fear in the building too. Oh, dang, you took out all. Dang, Eva, you know. Ooh, Eva. Ooh, they gonna start. I'm not gonna say it, but they gonna start calling you Evil Watson over. They gonna start calling you Evil Watson. Ooh. What if she wanted to send a donation? What if she wanted to support my channel? Hey Marilyn. Hey Marilyn. I got a place where they send me an email, Marilyn. Ooh. Oh, y'all, wow. And they done started over my time and everything. Ooh. Dang. But nah, we not getting distracted. We just yeah, we're just ah. Oh man, see they love me, man. It's all about love and support. I appreciate the love and support. Hey Eva, thank you for your support, Eva. But yo, Marilyn, if you want to send a donation to my channel, please do. All right, we have a goal with every live stream here that we're trying to reach of $100, y'all. All right, so support the live stream. Show some love in the comment section. Not only in the comment section, but show some love by sending a donation. All right, because it really helps my channel and it really helps me out as well. All right. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, don't. But I mean, but that does hurt the channel though. So just be careful. Because yeah, you gotta, like, even when people are in here and they're not doing what they're supposed to, as long as they're not cussing nobody out, let them live to a certain extent. Because, and plus it it helps the channel out. We get to interact with the people. People get to see me interact with people. I get to show who I am, my personality, and things like that. So it helps the channel. Right. But we also don't want to block out anybody who does have it. Right? But now you are supporting. You're being here. So you being here and you modding is very good. That is enough support. So all I'm asking is that everybody support on the level that they can. You don't have to expose what you don't have or what what you may not have. Oh, dang! What that got to do with anything? Damn, even with you? Oh! I was about to say, I'm like, damn. Okay, but hey, yo, it's a lot of love here, and I love that y'all love each other. All right, but that's what's up. We got some support here in the chat. That's what it is. That's what I'm talking about. Coming together for a greater good cause. All right, but yeah, what was I about to say? And I appreciate it. Oh man, see that is very powerful right there. I can feel it. I can feel it in the air. Oh. I can feel it. I can feel it in the air. But yeah, my water jug is all out of water. It's empty. So if you would like to support this channel and send a healthy donation, all right, so that way we can stay healthy. All right, support this channel today. And I'm not asking anybody to expose themselves if they don't have it to give. But if you do have it to give, please support this channel. All right, help me fill up my water jug here. But yeah, shout out to all of you. All right. But yeah, no, I appreciate the real love. I do, and I appreciate you all keeping me distract free and keeping me safe out here. But yeah, California, man, they got some extorters out there. It's California love, California love. Shout out to QT Cinderella. I'm pretty sure she is a QT and the Cinderella. But whoa, there's some extorters out there, Jack. California, if you're not from there, man, don't make friends out there. Stay to yourself, all right? They what? Man, and I'm pretty sure that's like everywhere. And unfortunately, you go places everywhere, got their groups of people that they try to extort out of towners and things like that. Oh, they're not from here. They're not. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, people like that make put bad spins on things, but it is what it is with that. Some people only help you to help themselves. That's just a reality. Hold on one second. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. That. Just give me one moment, y'all. We'll be ready to ball. All right, I'm back, y'all. Cause I'm back, y'all. Y'all, and I'm back, y'all. Cause I'm back, y'all, and I'm back, y'all, and I'm back, y'all. I said I'm back, and it's live. Oh, I thought I was gonna freestyle, huh? No. Somebody's gotta donate first. Alright, we got 11 people in the building. If everybody donates $10, we could reach our goal today. Ooh, citrus. Okay, right in the eye. Okay. If everybody donates, we could reach our goal today. Alright. Nothing like a cold piece of fruit. Yo, shout out to Michael K on the East Coast, baby. Shout out to the East Coast. What state are you in? If you'd like to disclose that. Not that you need to. But yeah, shout out to user 493. Shout out to Eva in the building. Okay. Huh. Okay. So you consider yourself You consider yourself the East Coast still, even though you're in Virginia? I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I thought that would be more down south, but I'll give you that. When the Clips came out, they had a very East Coast style. They're from Virginia, but their style, yeah, Virginia is East Coast. Yeah, that's East Coast because a lot of my relatives that was ex-slaves and stuff, they migrated from Virginia up into upper northern East Coast. So yeah, Virginia is definitely that's East Coast. Shout out to VA. Oh, Virginia Beach at that. I'm gonna talk about distractions. Shout out to Virginia Beach. Now let's see what these two ladies in here talking about on their female empowerment stuff. The world beats us up. Let's see what y'all talking about. I gotta focus on the good things. Oh. I love like-minded women. The world beats us up. God is love. So tired of evil people. I agree with that. This channel always makes me smile. Thank you for. I'm pretty sure Eva has a little bit more to do with that than I do today, and that's cool. Eva, get your shine on. Look at you, making the people smile. Go ahead, Eva. Making the people smile and whatnot. That's what it's all about. Positivity and peace and love to the people. And that's what's up. Thank you. These women be to butter up. Butter you up. Leave you dry witches. Yo, Eva, you should have put the butter after the up. You should have put the butter after the up. Butter you up and then butter. Tearing this fruit up. But yeah, we got Michael in the building. Ladies, show Michael K some love. Michael 3622. He throwing some smiley faces in here for you. So yeah, ladies, we got Michael K in the BI building. All right. We got my mods in the building. Yeah, I do remember that. That's what it reminds me of subconsciously. Yeah, the Walmart. Yeah, I know what you meant in the 90s. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah, this is refreshing right here, baby. Very refreshing. Yeah, nah. I'm glad I make you laugh. I'm glad I can motivate you too. That's what it's all about. I like all the people that I listened to that motivated me were like low-key entertaining. They weren't boring, Like I like motivational speakers that have personalities that it's good to be motivated and you gotta want to do it, But it's also good to like have sometimes it's not that serious. Sometimes it's that serious. You gotta be motivated. But sometimes you could be motivated. Sometimes you could be motivated. Not everybody got to be motivated. Sometimes you could motivate people. That's the one. Yeah, that's y'all know what you meant for some years. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, now you've been rocking with me for some hours too. You've been putting some hours on this channel. Yo, just do it. Now, some people they be motivating the hell out of people. But it's one thing to be motivated, but what I also realize is like, cause motivation is awesome. You know, you're all revved up, and then, you know, once it's gone, it's like, please tell me that's not what I think it is. So, you know, I'm in the middle of doing something. All right, but yeah, it's like, yeah, some people they just do too much motivating. Yes, I understand. But yeah, nah, I mean, what was I saying? Oh yeah, we was talking about discipline. But yeah, motivation is cool, but like you get motivated, like, yeah, I want to do it, I gotta do it. And then once the motivation is gone, some people they don't have any drive left to continue to want to get things done. And you know, there's a lot more to it than just being motivated. And I had to learn that along my journey. I had to learn that there's more to it than being motivated, because some days you're not going to be motivated. And you have to be real with yourself about that. Some days you're not going to feel like doing it. Some days you're going to be tired. But when you do things, when you don't feel like it, then you can get motivation from that. That's where the motivation comes from, when you don't feel like it or when you don't have it those days. When the drive doesn't feel there, you have to be the gas in the tank. You know, you got to cultivate that spirit. You got to cultivate that mindset, and you have to charge yourself up. And then once you do the things you don't feel like doing, then you'll feel motivated to do more. You don't feel like doing something, do one. And then after you do one, you'll be like, wait a minute, this was easy, I could do this. And then you'll do more. But yo, support my channel, please. We got 10 people in here. Should be no reason why we don't at least have one donation. Alright, I have Cash App, Chime, PayPal. Let's get these donations flowing, y'all. Alright, support my channel. Show me some love. And let me know it's real. Alright, and hit the Cash App, y'all. Stacks, that's when you work on yourself. I think you meant to say facts. They got you over here saying stacks. Yep, stacks of money. Yep, yo, stacks. That's what we're going to say over here. Instead of facts, we're going to say stacks. That's when you work on yourself, so you keep that motivation, and then you listen to other people that keep that spark going. At least that's what I do. Yes. Like Les Brown said that what you listen to when you first wake up cultivates the spirit of your day. If you're waking up to celebrity drama, if you're waking up to fights, arguments, you're waking up to who's dating who and what's happening in the world as far as the news. There's not enough jobs. There's not enough money. Things are burning up. Viruses spreading rampant. You know, earthquake in Japan. The world's falling apart in Iran. You know, if you focus on all these things, when you first wake up in the morning, it's like these are fear mongerers. Like they want to induce you with fear, panic, the spirit of lack. You know, they want you to go through that you know, they don't want you to know which end is up when you're moving through the world. But if you wake up in the morning and you listen to something positive, you cultivate your mind by listening to something positive for the first 5 minutes, first 15 minutes, first hour. When you wake up, it'll take over the spirit of your day, and you'll be geared and focused from you'll be geared, and your focus will be based on whatever whatever you listen to, because that's the spirit that you're cultivating in the morning. The mind is very powerful. So before you go to bed at night, be careful of what you're listening to, and when you wake up in the morning, be aware of what you're listening to. But yeah, nah, Eva, I do the same thing. Go Eva, go Eva, go, go. It's been 5 minutes, Eva. Where's she at? It's been you put that girl on timeout for a whole 24 hours. It's all right, Marilyn. I hope you're still watching. In your little tights or your little spandex or whatever you got on, you go, girl. Shake what your mama gave you, and send a donation to Drutube today, girl. In the comment section. But yeah, shout out to you, Eva. And shout out to user. She probably gonna change her handle after this. User 493. You block that girl for 4 days. She won't be back till Tuesday. She gonna pop up in the live stream on Tuesday. I'm out of jail. But yeah, discipline is very, very important, right? Discipline is doing things when you don't feel like doing it, right? Discipline is doing things even when you don't feel like doing it. And when you work towards not becoming disciplined, you're going to be able to accomplish all types of goals. You're like all types of good will be coming your way, right? And practicing discipline in small areas will allow you to practice discipline in large areas. There'll be things that you don't do anymore. There'll be things that you're not into anymore, which will allow you to have more time in other areas for other things. When you cut out time wasting, energy wasting activities out of your life, habits out of your life, you'll be surprised how much time you have on your hands and how much more focused you are. Hey, thank you, user, for the. Get this right. Thank you, user, for the $10 Cash App donation. Thank you for your support. Yo, shoot, your screen froze and mine is just acting all the way up. Alright, so we are back in this thing. Thank you again, user, for your support with the Cash App. Thank you. Nah, it's not your screen. It's I had to check mine and make sure. So we are a little bit closer to our goal today. Alright, we have $90 more that we have to get to. We got 8 people in here. If everybody sends a $10 donation, we would have reached our goal. So I want to shout out to user Fo93. Get my numbers right now. Alright. Fo93. Alright, shout out to user 493. Excuse me, user W for win. W for win. Alright. But shout out to you. Thank you for your support. Alright, we got 10 more people in the chat. If everybody send a $10 donation, that will be where it's at. Alright. But now sometimes it's the hey, thank you. God bless you too. Thank you for your support. Yeah, God is good all the time. All the time. But yeah, I things. I'm getting back up to speed, y'all. Just moved to a new area, so I need all the support that I could get. And you know, just new area, new place, new things. Excuse me. New area, new place, new things. Gotta pretty much start over here in a new area. So all your support matters, and it helps. It helps a lot. And as far as distractions, I cut out all the distractions. All right, you live and you learn. So I learned what were the things that were distracting me and the things that I needed to cut out, so that way I can be more focused and be more spiritual, and be more on the spiritual right side of things for myself, so that way I make myself better, and that way when I'm better I can give a better version of myself, and not only give a better version of myself but become a better version of myself. Yeah, a lot of people, I mean, it's a great place to be, don't get it twisted, but a lot of people they want to leave there, and I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them for wanting to leave. It's a great place. I love it. Yes, leave these crazy distractions alone. Right, absolutely. But you just have to learn how to not make things a distraction. That's all. And I've definitely learned how to do that, because now, without making excuses or over explaining, I know what I want, I know what I don't want, and I know what I'll allow, and I know what I won't allow anymore, no matter what the circumstances are. So it is what it is. And that's all I have to say about that. I gotta get to a studio. Yeah, I used to not understand how to, like, I'm scratch that, but I'm learning how to do that better, and I'm learning how to do that more. And yeah, I'm getting better in all areas of my life, and that's just what time it is. Taking life seriously, taking things seriously, and it's time to lock in. Time to lock in. It's time to grind. It's time to work hard. And like when I came to California, like I was very focused, but sometimes, and I hate to say it, because sometimes good things go bad and it turns into something negative, and the only way you can look at it is the devil sends people into your life. And I hate to look at things that way, but oh yeah, no, that's why I read a lot. I trust me, I already have a title for it. Yeah, I already have a title for it. I'm definitely putting out a book. I'm definitely putting out a book. Yeah, I already got the title for it. It's not gonna disclose too much. Yeah, it's gonna be a cool title. Yeah, the title is a seller for sure. I already got the title and everything, and all I have to do probably is just read for the rest of this year. Read enough books for the rest of this year, and 'cause I've already read. Yeah, I'm definitely Yeah, I ain't gonna be talking about too much, but yeah, I'm definitely not gonna say the title until the book comes out. Hell no. But yeah, I'm gonna be dropping a lot of things. I'm gonna be dropping a lot of things. I just have to. I need support, and I need steady income. Um, like when I get around these jobs, they be like a lot of people laugh and stuff like that. They think it's funny, but it's real. Like I suffer a lot at jobs because people they get jealous. They start hating on you. So like I really when I'm not at work or like when I'm in my off time and like I relax and I watch TV and I chill, not TV, but I watch videos on my phone and stuff like that. But a lot of my time, and I don't spend the whole entire day because you don't have to. That's just unrealistic. But I spend a lot of my time improving myself and working on and improving my mind and making myself more useful to people. I make myself more useful to people. As much as I can. So that's why I feel reading is important. You can the more you learn, the more you earn. And that's why, I buy a lot of books. I buy a lot of books. People asking me, you got the same clothes on and stuff in my video. But I'm like, what books, you clothes get old, you throw them away. Like where are the books that you're reading? What are you reading? What are you filling your mind with? Are you growing? Are you learning anything? I love clothes, but why not buy some books that, like, you buy clothes, it's not going to allow you to buy anything else unless, unless you're fly and you putting some clothes on to, attract some people that are going to invest in you. That's one thing. And if that's your goal and if that's your intention and if that's how you live your life and what you do, more power to you. But me personally, and it's cool to buy. I love clothes, man. But with all this damn traveling, I'm not trying to when I get stable and when I get a place that I call home for a little minute, y'all see how I get fly. But with all this moving around, people kicking you out one week, telling you can stay here one week, letting you work one week, coming back the next Monday as a whole demon and not even wanting you at the job, stuff like that. I'm not wasting my time buying a whole bunch of clothes, and plus my money has to be used for paying for a place to stay, paying for a place to live, right? So right now, until I get to a better, get to a better place in life, as we're all trying to get to, then I'll get fly and things like that. But right now, I'm investing in myself. I'm buying courses, I'm buying books, paying for classes, and I'm doing other things behind the scenes. I got things behind the scenes, to fuel my dreams, So it's all good. Yeah, I'm doing it big, baby. Not wasting time, and I'm not gonna waste my shine out here in this world, in this game we call life. No, ma'am, no sir. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, I just you gotta invest in yourself. So I purchase a lot of books. I purchase a lot of books, man. I probably buy like, I probably say I buy two books a week at most for the past, up until the past couple months, past year. I probably bought a book every single week of last year. Up until from last year up to this point, I could say I bought a book probably every week. Yeah, we got 5 people in the building. All right, we got 5 people in the building. Show some love, show support. All right, show some support. Shout out to the 9 people in the building. All right, we have a goal that we are trying to reach of $100. If you all send 10, 15, 20, you know, in increments like that, everybody send one donation. We can reach our goal today for this live stream. Because every live stream we have a goal for $100, and this one is no exception. All right, so let's reach that goal today, and everybody invest and send your main man Drutube some love and some support. All right, I got PayPal, Cash App, they're all in the description. Feel free to send a donation today. But yeah, I read my Bible too. What chapter are you guys on in the Bible right now? Unless that's personal, you feel free to keep that to yourself. Have you all read the whole Bible through yet? Anybody read the whole Bible through yet? I've watched a lot of and you know conscious. And nah, that's cool. Hey, it's all good. I've read all the way through a few times. That's just because I want to know what I'm talking about, and I want to know how to weaponize the word against these demons out here. Yeah, how about that part? And I think I'm not sure if it's Revelations. I think it's the book of somebody. Let me see. I said the book of somebody. You can tell. Let's see where it was at. Yeah, I like Isaiah chapter 27, verse 12. I like Isaiah chapter 27, verse 12. That's what I like. Right now, I got the book of Isaiah open. In that day, the Lord will thresh from the flowing Euphrates, the Wadi of Egypt, and you, O Israelites, will be gathered up one by one. And in that day, a great trumpet will sound. Those who were perishing in Assyria and those who were exiled in Egypt will come worship the Lord on the holy mountain, Jerusalem. Is that it? I thought it was another. Yeah, that wasn't the verse I was looking for, but shout out to Isaiah 29:12. All right, I'm gonna find the verse I was looking for. Somebody pull this verse up. Well, you know what? I'll pull it up. Anyway, I can't find it, but there's this Bible verse I like. It's I like that one too. Yeah, what that Bible verse means is like the slander, the gang stalking, the things that narcissistic people say to try to drain your spirit when they do the indirect speaking, things like that. People trying to trigger you. That Bible verse is real good for that. When people try to hit you with certain things like that, you can say no weapon formed against me shall prosper, and it'll cancel out a lot of that. But the Bible verse I was looking for was when it talks about people it talks about people coming up out the ground, and in that time basically you're supposed to stay inside and God was talking about how you stay in your chamber until a certain period of time, and it was talking about how people coming up out the ground. I'm not sure if that's talking about spiritually dead people waking up, or people, because God says stay inside. So I don't think you got to stay inside when spiritually dead people are waking up. I think it's talking about like the zombie movie during Revelations, when that they make all these movies about, because that's in the book of Revelations. When the people, that's where they got it from. When those people come up out the ground, and there's a Bible verse right next to that where it talks about where God's people are going to be taken up one by one. All right, so during the time where and a lot, they have this in a lot of movies. Like, you got to check out this movie called Cosmic Slop. If y'all like, I could pull it up on my YouTube on my laptop. But they have this movie with George Carlton, or whatever that guy's name is, that funk dude, and the movie's called Cosmic Slop, and I believe he might have put it out. But basically, it was talking about like during certain times where people with are gonna get called up and taken up into spaceships and stuff. No, not comic. It's called Cosmic Slop. I'll pull it up. Yeah, it's called Cosmic Slop. I'll pull it up on YouTube, and it's talking about how we're gonna get taken up in spaceships and shit. Yep. Let me see if they got a little clip of it. Man, that's some BS. Every time they always show something, but they know when you're looking for something. Every time you look for something, they push it so far back that you can't find it. And I'm convinced that they do that because it happens all the time. Whenever you're looking for something, when you're not looking for something on Google or YouTube or whatever, it's right here in your face, because these phones could read your mind. So it's like they'll pop stuff up that you were thinking about 5 seconds ago, or they'll pop. But when you really trying to use it, or they will make that shit so far back in the algorithm, or so far away from what you're trying to find. And when you don't need it, it's always right there. But see, when you need it for something like this, because usually when I need something, all I gotta do is think it, and before I could even click it or type it in on my phone, the shit's right there. Anyway, I found it. It's not totally what I was looking for, but I found it. So yeah, let me show it real quick. And it's in the movie, so if you watch the movie, you'll obviously see.
We are space traders bearing exquisite gifts that will restore your nation to its former glory. Nearly limitless quantities of gold and precious metals that will instantly erase increase your deficit. Machines that will renew your rivers and your air. Cold fusion technology for a safe, cheap, and inexhaustible source of energy. All we ask in return is the delivery to our vessels 5 days from now. Every child, woman, and man in your nation with at least 2,500 milligrams of melanin in their skin per square centimeter. What the hell is melanin? Put more simply, a treat for solving all your most pressing domestic catastrophes. We are asking for every person in your country that you would classify as black. Are you kidding? No, we are not. What are you going to do? Well, that does not concern you. We give you 5 days to decide, and the offer is non-negotiable. We will not try to coerce you in any way. Yet, I hope we can do some business together. The Vice President! We are space traders, and the exclusive gifts.
So basically, right, like what basically they put a lot of stuff in movies. So it's gonna be a time where all, and shoot, you gotta keep it real. It's gonna be a time where all the black Americans are taken away. And, we're gonna be out of here. And everybody who, has enough love in their heart and that's not an evil person is gonna be able to come along. But, it's gonna be some stuff that pops off, and a lot of people ain't gonna like it. Because, oh, why is it them, and why should they be taken, and why are they chosen, and why are they... Don't worry about all that. That's between the creator and who he chose specifically. And if you see in the video, it was an alien. They had like they show you even on The Simpsons when they rip off their head, and it's an alien underneath. They had Ronald Reagan posing as an alien. And that would cripple America. And it's not so much as a white and black thing. It's only a white and black thing to people that's racist. Other than that, it's just you have humans who are stating who they are and what's happening to them. That's it. What you mean AI? That's not AI. That's a movie. But that's actually going to happen. And that's why I pulled that movie up. Like that's why I pulled that movie up, because God is going to save us out of this plight that we're here in America. We're going to be out of this thing, and it's going to be very soon. Like 9 black people got hung, and the thing is, it's all on camera now. It's all on camera now. So either something is going to come back physically and remove us, or something's going to come back spiritually and remove us. And if it's going to come back spiritually, that means it's going to come back through you, and you're going to have to whoop some ass. So hey, but that movie is deep. Yeah, so it talks about that in the Bible. We're gonna go up one by one. We're gonna be, and it even says that one person's gonna be making the bacon, and the person making the pancakes is gonna go up. One person is gonna be turning the pizza dough, and the person that's making the sauce is gonna go up. One person is gonna be driving the car, and then one person is gonna be in the passenger seat, and the one person driving the car are gonna go up. Gonna be things of that nature, and they show it in movies all the time. And it talks about talks about a lot of things breaking loose, and it's like there's people losing. There's videos. End game, exactly. There's videos of people eating raw flesh and raw meat right now. All the food recalls. You can hardly eat anything. And the way things are going, I don't speak like this, but there's people who can't afford things, things are getting more pricey. People can't figure out, people can't call on God to make sure that they can meet their needs. So they're gonna suffer. They don't see God as their provider. They're counting on this system. So those of us that count on God and as our provider and know that we're going to be taken care of, we're going to be straight. We're going to be straight. But to those who are focused on the government and the system and relying on, this world, those people, those are going to be the ones that panic. Those are going to be the ones that, freak out, scare themselves and stress themselves into panic attacks and way worse. Yeah, we gonna go up, y'all. So shoot, we can't speak for everybody, but who we can speak for ourselves. We got 13 people in this chat, y'all. Somebody everybody send a donation. All right, we have 13 people in here. We have a goal that we need to reach of $100. Everybody send a donation. All right, everybody send a donation. Everybody send $10. All right, that's enough for us to reach our goal. All right, so that way we could get it popping over here on Drutube. All right, we already received one donation. Let's receive some more, y'all. We got 13 people in the chat. All right. If y'all want me to keep going with the live stream, I've already been going. It may not show it, but we already been going for 2 hours long. All right, yo, whoever hit that like button, thank you. I appreciate you. All right. Everybody donate, send a donation. All right, we've been going for 2 hours long. If y'all want me to keep going, y'all gotta show some support. All right, otherwise I'm gonna have to end the live stream. But we're gonna keep going. All right, because see that it's jumping right now. We got 14 people in here. Shout out to all the 14 people. Shout out to the 18 people that hit the like button. All right, but I need you all to support my channel. It's very important right now that you all help me out at this particular time. All right. We have 13 people in here. Exactly. Yo, and then that's another thing. When you give to a person, you should expect to receive something back. This is how you know everything is backwards. You should just give for the spirit of giving. You shouldn't give and want to receive. It's better to give than receive. It is better to give than receive, because when you give, you're going to receive something. But most people don't. Most people, think that they're holier than thou, and don't let religion, make you sin and boost your ego to the point to where, now. But see, that's the wrong outlook. You should always expect something in return, because if you do something good, God blesses you for it. That's not even my words. That's God's words. If you do something, He's gonna bless you back for it. And that's all I'm saying with that. And it's good to give, because you should expect something back. When you give, you're not expecting anything back from the person. What you're expecting back is for God to take care of you, just like you help somebody else out. So that's why giving is good. When you're giving, you're really giving to yourself, because what you give, you're going to get that back double. God's going to give you that back in return. And I hear you all, but see, I read a lot of books. All right, so I'm just telling you what a lot of other successful financial, people have said. People who are into money, people who are, rich and successful and things like that. Trust me, I give from the bottom of my heart too. But there's a special thing that comes along with giving, and I give for the sake of giving. But just so you know, there's a bonus. You're not just giving for the sake of giving. When you give, you're going to get something too in return, because you can't give and do anything good without God blessing you. It goes against God. So whenever you do something good for somebody, there's this book. If you don't believe me, check out this book. It's called Financial Harvest by Mike Murdoch. It's called what did I say it was called? Financial Harvest by Mike Murdoch. That's a great book. You wanna learn more about giving and money? Check out this book by Mike Murdoch. All right, he's a pastor. His name is Mike Murdoch, and the book is called Financial Harvest. Check that book out. That's a really good book. It's good to give from the heart, but check out that book by Mike Murdoch, and you'll have a whole new understanding. And the thing is, when you give to expect, when you give and expect something in return, it makes you give more. It makes you more comfortable. It makes you more eager to give. You're more motivated to give. Not only are you going to help someone, but you're going to receive help in return. Just think about that for a second. Lose all what you've been told, because the thing is, like it's called the world mind. The world mind will have you messed up and not in alignment with God and how He wants you to think and how He wants you to operate. Well, I shoot. Well, anybody like that, I mean, hey, it is what it is with that. Yeah, I would just ignore them. There are some people like that, but those are the people who really didn't want to give to you in the first place. There's this book this guy wrote, and I have to get it, but there's this guy, his dad was rich, and over his life of raising him, he spent like $1 million on him, and his dad had it like, I bought diaper, I bought bottle, I bought shoe, I bought hat, I bought underwear, I bought food, and it all totaled up to $1 million. And his dad gave it to him like when he was like on his deathbed, or like when he became an adult. His dad gave that to him and was like, here, this is all the things that I did for you. And basically his dad was like, taking a shot at him with that. So like he took a book about it. He his dad was like a real Scrooge. He like he ended up having to take care of his dad, and he ended up like inheriting his money and things like that or whatever. And the nurse ended up taking care of they ended up getting a home-in nurse because it was too difficult for him to take care of the dad. And then he ended up marrying the nurse and things like that, and they ended up living at the house. So I just heard that from some of the speakers that I listen to, because a lot of the speakers that I listen to, they read a lot of books. Right. And yeah, that's a lot. Some some parents are like that. That's wild. Right. Yeah. They want some people want you to remain dependent upon them. They don't want you to not be dependent upon them anymore. Those are, the narcissistic parents. The parents that want you to be codependent upon them for life. All right. And, they'll have you oversharing. If you overshare as an adult, that's due to, things being withheld from you as a child. Right. So sometimes when people are people pleasers, or you overshare, or you overexplain yourself, that's due to things being withheld from you. People purposely being silent to try to, manipulate you when you were a kid and didn't know any better. You come around people, they don't say nothing because they know they know you would want their friendship, or they know you want to be family. They know you want to talk to them. They don't even talk to you. They wait for you to talk to them and things like that. Yeah, really. Yeah, right. He said, sorry, mom and dad, I need to fill my own cup. Yeah, nah, for real. Right. And, some people, they're so controlling over you that, like, they will force you to make decisions that make you have to continue to rely on them. But they'll make it seem like it's a big deal. I never understood that. So you're right about the person giving you $5 and talking about it 5 years later. Some people put you in a position to where you need them, and then they talk crap about the help that they give to you. And that's that codependent stuff. That's people who, don't want you to go out and be your own adult. They'll put you in a state to where you'll constantly need them, but make it an issue when you need them. And that's a total mind F. And they do that because they need supply, and it makes them feel better about themselves. It makes them feel like they have power over you because that's what they need to feel complete. Yeah, he definitely does set us apart at a young age. You know, a lot of us wake up to these things and realize that they've been happening to us our whole lives. A lot of us wake up and realize these things have been happening to us our whole lives. Yep. Yeah, they withdraw what you need so that way you'll give more than you should. And they also, they don't allow you to have boundaries. You know, some of them, if you have a hard time speaking up for yourself or telling people no, things like that, those are possibly some of the reasons why, growing up, you might not have been able to have boundaries. Narcissistic parents, they don't let their kids have boundaries. So that way, when you grow up and you go out into the world and you're having all these problems, you sit there and wonder why. Feels like everything is this and everything is that, and you're possibly missing some social skills. Sometimes things aren't bad; it's just what they are. If people can see that they can get over on you, they will. You have to make it so people can't get over on you. You have to make it so you can use discernment and avoid being manipulated and avoid, not setting boundaries, avoid not standing up for yourself. Some people who did you dirty in your past, they saw all the things that you had to fix, and they saw you as an easy target, and they turned you into a victim because they saw you as a victim, and they told themselves that you were going to be their victim. That's why I feel my videos are important, because I feel that they can wake people up to certain things, make people aware of certain things, and save some people from going down some really dark paths, dealing with some really dark people. Because some people will force you into a trauma bond, and once you get into a trauma bond, it's not that easy to get out of it, because you see the person as a good person, even though this person is bad. But when you're in a trauma bond, you see the good that they bring or that they offer as outweighing the bad that they bring into your life. So you'll have a person that'll do you bad, but it won't even register to you that it's happening, because you'll be so focused on the good that you won't even care. You'll be a bird. That's what they call it. You'll be the biggest bird for a person, because you don't realize what's happening to you. If you were aware that you were being used, manipulated, mistreated, abused, you would have broke away from the people that were doing it. But a trauma bond formed, and now you're in the position of pleasing people to try to get what you need from them, and to try to get them to treat you the way you want to be treated. You don't need people to treat you the way you want to be treated. The only person that you need to treat you any type of way, especially the way you want to be treated, is you. And if you have people in your life that aren't treating you the way you need to be treated, you need to cut them out of your life. Like, these people never liked you in the beginning. Like, people that you end up having fallouts with, people that it end up going bad with, and it was nothing bad on your part. You did everything for the person, you were there for the person, you were a good person. Like, people, you'll be there for people and you'll do things for people, and they'll be mad because you can't do it anymore. And now you're all types of broke, you're all types of punks, you're all types of cuss words, you're all types of bad persons and things like that, all because you're no longer able to do things for them when you were doing too much for them in the first place. But it's a trauma bond, these narcissists that want to trauma bond with you so they can use you, they have a waster spirit. The way you'll get with these people, and you'll get with them and have everything going for yourself. And once you leave them, you'll have nothing. You'll have nothing. You'll be glad if you have anything left. And, that's why, that's why sometimes you may have to start over. And, sometimes you may have to, redo things. You might have to start over. You might have to hit the reset button. Because sometimes, people will get you into a position to where, there's nothing left. But yeah, you have to know how to break free. When people show you that they're manipulative, when people aren't appreciative of what you're doing, when it's bad and then it's good, when people don't care about, when people don't care about what they do to you. There's people out there that do you wrong and not care about it. You know how you care. Not did that, and you are at that point. They don't even want to hear what you have to say. You are no longer of use to those people. And once you're no longer of use to them, bye, adios. But I mean, it's all good because some people need those experiences to wake them up to how, to the types of people that are out there in this world. So nothing is good or bad, but thinking makes it so. And when you have a life-changing experience that wakes you up for the better, you're blessed because now you get to go through life knowing what you don't want, knowing what you don't like, knowing what to watch out for, knowing what to avoid. But this is, you should not, you don't make too much of a big deal out of people, right? Don't make a big deal out of people. Don't put them, or don't make God out of anybody. No person is God to you or your life. There's only one God to you in your life, and that's the Creator, and you experience Him in you, through you, and as you. Right? So you don't put anyone above yourself. Don't put anyone above God. Don't make anyone God in your life, whether it be parent, whether it be loved one, whether it be significant other, boo thing, girlfriend, wife, your man. Don't make, women, your man is supposed to be God in your life, but that's a whole nother story. All right? That's a whole nother video right there. But it's got to be a man of God. You don't just go you don't take a devil and, make him the head of your life, women, but just for also for men out there, right? A lot of women today are controlling. A lot of women out there, will put the pressure on you. All right. You can't be a weak man, even if it means going without a woman. If your woman wants to walk away out of your life because you are not going to fold and give in to some ridiculous commands, right? A woman commanding you, she gotta go, bro. That woman placing commands on you and she's not asking or saying if it's okay, or I'm sure you can't hear this in life. You don't be breaking your back for a person to be in your life. That person should want to be in your life, and there should be some effort on their part for them to show you that, hey, I want to be in your life. Females have too much going on. If that female doesn't want to be in your life, she's showing you by not answering, not respecting you, not appreciating the things that you're doing for her. Even if you take it that far, if you even decide to do some things for that woman and she doesn't appreciate it, that's a red flag, bro. A man doing something for a woman and she's not going to appreciate that, she gotta go. She has to go. All right, she sees you as a, as body. Only deal with people who value you. But there are a lot of there's this game that women are running today, and they're projecting that they want a certain specific type of man, and you can't be a good dude dealing with women. Whether it's women today, women of the past, you can't be a good guy dealing with women. You have to be what she wants, and that's a man. So whether that woman cries, whether she yells, whether she gets upset, she's being manipulative, and it's in certain females' nature to be manipulative. So when I talk about manipulation and things like that, it's not like some aspects of it is evil, but some aspects of it aren't evil. It's just the way things are. It's just the way certain people are wired. A man's going to be a man. A woman is going to be a woman. You can't expect a woman to not be a woman, and you can't expect a woman to accept or tolerate anything other than you being a man, and you shouldn't want a woman that won't tolerate or accept you being a man. But basically today, when some women say they want a man, what they want is a pushover. I'm not even going to use the terms that everybody uses today because that's just not my style. But there are some words out there I could say, but everybody's saying those words, so I don't want to use those. But you can't be a pushover for a woman. If no is no, it's no. Don't make it yes just for some woman. Oh well, if I don't say yes, she's gonna leave. If I don't say yes, she's gonna walk out my life. If I don't say yes, I won't get to caress. Let her walk. Let her leave. Let her leave, man. There's plenty of other women out there for you to caress on. All right, there's plenty of other women out there for you to undress on. I'm just playing. They wanna control men. They wanna wear the draws. I thought you said they wanna control men with their draws. You got those too. But yeah, you definitely do. Oh, we got one. We getting real. We got one person left in the chat. Went from 18, 19 to 1. Whoa, it's getting real here. But yeah, a lot of women want to control men, exactly. And you should, if you have a woman with that Jezebel spirit where she wants attention from other men and she wants you to be okay with it, she want to dress like she half naked out in public and claim to God Almighty in heaven that she's in a relationship, or she wants to control the situation. She don't want to do this or don't that, or okay, that's fine, but you gotta leave. You don't keep people around that pretty much are blatantly saying that they don't want you or they don't want to be in your life, but will play the game enough to benefit off of you. And some people will do that. Some people will stay around to play the game enough so they could benefit off of you, and then they dip out. So of course that goes for men and women. But I just, a lot of women are already gamed up. So I really want to help, some men out there that because there are some men out there that feel like, oh, I'm being a bad guy, and that's what the women want. That's what the women want. I'm not saying you gotta beat somebody. I'm not saying you gotta mistreat somebody, but you gotta, be bad as far as basically you gotta be in control as a man when it comes to dealing with a woman. And when I mean that, when you have to be in control when dealing with a woman, that means don't buckle, don't bend, don't fold, stand on what you say. And if the person wants to walk out your life and leave, so be it. If they want to cry and scream and, bang their knees and feet and arms on the ground like a little child, so be it. Let them cry. But don't be manipulated by that. Oh, I'm being a bad guy. Because there's like all women, and it's not even anything to their, I don't blame them for it, but women will take advantage of that because it's in their nature to conquer a weak man. And you don't want to be conquered, you want to be a weak man. Women only respect. Somebody's going to watch this though, even, so I'm speaking to the men that's going to watch this. Women only respect men that they can't conquer. So you have to be the man that says no and doesn't care about the result, whether she leaves. Like Eva said, there's the door. And, I have that same philosophy. Like Hurricane Chris got a song, if I don't like the way she talk, I tell her bye. Some that have real players, right? Go listen to that song. That's the player anthem. And you gotta be a player. Because women only truly like players. Women only like players. You got to be a player. Men were made to have more than one woman. Men are made to have more than one woman. Women get bored when they're your only. You make a woman your only, you gonna have if you make a woman your only, you gonna be lonely. If you make a woman your only, you will be lonely. If that, after a while, a woman's going to get bored. And plus, men are supposed to have more than one woman anyway. And that's the way it's supposed to go. Your lifestyle has to, be able to afford that. You know, you're like you either have to have the mental for it in order and the vision in order to be able to pull resources together and make it grow. Hey, you over here, you over here. We're gonna come together, put this together, and make that grow. We're all gonna benefit. Boom bow, boom bow. We got one. All right, and you know, or you have to already have yourself established to where your lifestyle can support that. Right? We're not just talking about just doing things just to do them. You know, we're talking about doing things with a purpose. More income means less stress for everybody, easier on everybody. I seen this video where this dude, he's a stay-at-home man, and he had three girlfriends, and they went to work. They would come home, give their money to him. He would pay the bills, pay everything, clean the crib, do all that, and that's how his system was ran. He three women living in. I don't suggest I don't know about living together and all that, but he had specific. They say they do, but they really don't because the challenge is gone. Oh, the video keeps messing up, huh? Uh-huh. It would mess up around this time because YouTube doesn't want me to get this real spill out. It would mess up now. What you mean? Oh no! What was the oh no for? What was the oh no? But see, women get upset because men cheat and men this and men that. Man, men don't cheat. Men are just living their life and having experiences. Women have access to a man whenever they want. It's different when it comes. It's different when it comes to men. A woman could walk outside and a man will walk up to her. The guy staying at home. What you mean by that? What you talking about? And see, that's another thing. Like, you being a full book man. Don't make me get started on this. And this isn't all women, but there are some women out there that oh, I'm going out with the girls, or oh, I'm doing this. I don't date. I wouldn't take a woman seriously that goes on. Oh yeah, the guy staying at home. Yeah, he had three women. Yep, the guy staying at home. Yeah, he had three women. They'd go to work. They'd come home, bring the money to him. He had children with him. That he would take care of the babies and things like that. They would come home and help him. That's a win-win for everybody. Me personally, I would have my own property to where I had each woman in a separate house on the property and each family in a separate house. So it would be one woman with the children in one house, one woman with the children in the other house, and one woman and the children in the other house, and then I'd have my own house, and then we'd all be on the property together. And then, it's in the Bible though. But see, that's the thing. It's a no for you, but you say that, but there's a woman out there that's not going to be able to have a husband. What about her? What about the woman that, will never be able to have a husband, or that will never be able to, experience a man, or that will never be able to experience, the beauty of motherhood? What about her? But but if you read the Bible, which people will pull up the Bible for everything they agree with, but when it comes to something that they don't agree with, they're like, that's not for me. I just watched a video on it the other day, and the gentleman broke it down. He pulled out the scripture. It was a debate. I might post it on my page. It was a debate, and but it's just about being the type of man that you are, and hey, different strokes, different folks. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would have each family in a different house, because look at all these, and the thing is, it all boils down to money. You said it's a no for you, but if your husband was a millionaire, would it really be a no? Let's keep it real. If your husband was a millionaire, would it be a no? well, the you know what the ladies say, I'd rather cry in a Porsche, and maybe money and materials don't, aren't your fancy, misuser. And I'm not mad at you for that. I appreciate you for being who you are. You're a lovely, lovely lady, a lovely person. But there's a stigma. There's a catchphrase where ladies say it's better to cry in a Porsche than cry in a Honda or a Hyundai, because women say all men cheat. So if all men cheat, if all men are cheaters, if women say all men are cheaters, why not let a man be a man? But see, that's the thing. Women, and here's another thing why the system set up today is so cruel, right? And this is no respect. This is no disrespect to the ladies, right? Now, biblically it says that a man is, if he wants, he can have more than one woman, right? But in the day and age we live in today, no disrespect to women, women are having multiple experiences before they meet a man. They're not coming to the man as, a virgin, as they could. What would you be crying about? I mean, honestly, what would you be crying about if that man still took care of you? If that man was still there to provide for you? If that man was still present in your life and in the children's life, and he was still taking care of business? She said, Eve, where are you at? You can't gang up on me now. See, and like, what would the real issue be? But see, most women have experiences before they get to a man, and they're not a virgin. So men are just supposed to settle for this life where we only have a certain amount of experiences, and then we tie the knot with a person who lived it up. I'm talking about put a ring on it. I'm ready. Well, I'm ready. Put a ring on it. And then the man may have only a few times, and then as soon as he get the, I'm ready for marriage. And it's like, man, a lot of women, when they get married, they say, once you say you do, that's when they say, I don't. But see, I'm not saying totally marry for money, because you will be miserable. You have to like the person. But what I'm saying is this: even if it's not marriage, women will put up with more. Women put up with more from a man that's paid than a man that's not, or a man they really like. That's really all I'm saying. That's really all I'm saying. So, and women say they wouldn't do this for you and wouldn't do that, but when it comes down to it, I'd like to see you turn down when the money is in your face, ladies. When the money's in your face. So I understand there's some women who, there's some good women with morals. I understand that, and I believe you all. I believe you two are those ladies. If that's what you're saying and that's where you're coming from, I'll take your word for it. But I'd be studying the hell out of you to see your actions. It's one thing to say something. It's one thing to say something, but then the actions say something else. So with that being said, men are done being shortchanged. Nobody is walking down the aisle as a virgin. If you're not walking down the aisle as a virgin, then what should you we're told to be realistic, let's be realistic. We're not putting anybody down. We're not calling anybody out. We're not here to degrade anyone. But if you are being sexually active and, and that, marriage, and I believe I heard this, that, marriage is only, a virgin. And I'm not, I could be wrong with that. I could be misquoting the Bible because this is what I heard. But I saw a gentleman who, was a Bible scholar who was speaking and said that real marriage can only take place with a virgin biblically. I'm not talking about what you can physically do in today's modern world, but biblically, marriage is only supposed to take, if you want to talk about the Bible, how they have practices and rituals and things like that, and then that's when people want to go to, oh, that's this testament or that's that testament. People don't want to go by the book when it disagrees with something that they said. If the Bible doesn't say something, I will disown anything that I'm saying. Anything that I'm saying, if it's not in this book, I'll disown what I said. I'll be like, you know what? That's not right. That's wrong. And I'll stand on that. But come on now. If and it's just, Charleston White said it best. A woman could get a lot further in a skirt than a man can with his pants down. A woman can get a lot farther with a skirt than a man can with his pants down. And it's nothing wrong with the way women are. It's just that men are waking up and becoming hip to what y'all got going on. Y'all gonna stay on me, huh? Well, shoot, I'm gonna be right on y'all too. I'm gonna be right on y'all too. But see, it's good for a man to let women know what time it is with him. Can women have multiple husbands? Can a cup hold multiple liquids? Can a glove hold multiple hands? I don't know about y'all, but I ain't trying to. Can you put 2 feet in one sock? Anybody in the chat, if you want to put on a sock and have another person's foot in it, put a 1 in the chat. Any of you guys in the chat want to put a foot in a sock that's already occupied, put a 1 in the chat. And you a nasty girl if you want a sock with multiple feet. That's nasty. That's not right. You want a new car or you want a used one? Everybody want it. If you had the choice, would you want a new car or a used one? But see, when you talk about bringing stuff to the table, I don't want an apple that's already been bitten. I don't want a pre-bit apple. I don't want a bruised avocado. Got the bruise all on it. Somebody done dropped that avocado. Some type of compensation. And this is the audacity that we're dealing with. You don't want a rotten apple. Oh, what that got to do with anything? A rotten apple. That's not what now you're getting out of context here. Nobody wants a rotten apple. And nobody would take a bite out of a rotten apple because you could clearly see it's rotten. But y'all know what I'm saying. If I could get a clean, you could only wear a pair of Air Force One, a white pair of Air Force Ones once. You can only wear them completely fresh one time. After you wear them white Air Force Ones, after you wear those white Air Force Ones, and you take them off after they've been worn the first time, the freshness meter has gone down a bit. You're not as fresh as you once was. You don't have that feeling of, it's like a white tee. Remember white tees? You go to the store, have you a fresh cut, get you a fresh white tee. You put on a white tee. You might could wash that white tee and iron it, put some creases back in it. But when you put it on, it's still not as fresh as a brand new one. And we're not discounting. And see, this the thing is, this is not to degrade. This is to be realistic. Women will come at men, you don't have this, you don't have that. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying this is you all in the chat. I'm just saying that there are women out there like this. I know the women in my chat are, very respectable women. I know we got ladies in this chat. All right. I know we got ladies in this chat. All right. I'm not here to disrespect anyone, but what I am here to do is talk about what's going on out in the world, and we can't turn a blind eye to reality. Before you meet your partner, odds are they're already being sexually active or they're already engaged with a person. And you put your hand in a glove, somebody else put their hand in a glove, it's going to be stretched out. It may not even fit right. So to answer your question, would you want multiple? Two people can't hold a glass. Two people can't hold a glass at the same time and drink from it. They're gonna be fighting over the glass. It's my glass, my glass. Men are territorial, so no. I mean, a woman could have multiple men, but that's just not good for her reproductive system. She's gonna be wearing herself down, wearing herself out. Getting worn out. You know, it's just like a boxer. The body can only take so much. You go into the ring, boop, 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 boop. Look at what happened to Muhammad Ali at the end of his career. All respect to Muhammad Ali. But you can only, even in the NFL, even in any type of sports, you can only play in that sport for a certain amount of time before your body gets beat up. And if you out here getting that thing beat up, I'm just saying. Man, somebody put some hats in the comment section. Somebody put some hats and hats to prevent the cap. But yeah, no, you definitely got to be careful today. Shoot, I'm right there with y'all. Yeah. All right, just some technical difficulties, but we back. But yeah, nah, there's a lot of stuff going out there today. You got to be careful. Yeah, shoot. You definitely got to be careful today. I'm in fear. Shoot. I'm afraid I'm afraid. You got to be very, very precautious. Be very careful. So yeah, it's been a minute. I think everybody's on that wave. Too many evil spirits on people too, yeah. And like once you take a break, and it is what it is. But to me, it's just gross because it's like you got everybody, people dealing with people and stuff like that. And when you really think about it, after taking a break for a little bit, it makes you not want to get back into it because it's just like, that's what I got to deal with, People got, people are doing too much, So it is good to keep God first, and allow Him to bring people into your life. Because if not, the wrong people will come, and nobody wants that. So yo, we got 5 people in here, y'all. I need some support. I need people to support my channel. We've been going for 3 hours, y'all. 3 hours. Y'all gotta show some support. All right, support the channel. We got 20 likes. We got 5 people in here. We already received 1 donation. We need to receive some more. All right, if I have to, I'll take a break and I'll go live later. But you know, we need some support. All right. Yo, hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App, y'all. And yeah, I feel good too. Sometimes, like, that's crazy you say that. Like, I feel good keeping my energy to myself. I feel good, you know, keeping a lot of things, you know, to myself. So it's just like, hey, it's a help, please. I feel good. I've just been chilling. You know, as I should. I've been chilling. I like the focus it gives me. And another thing, you have to have control, you know. You gotta have control over your libido. Some people don't have control over their libido. You gotta have control over that thing. But yeah, I think I will do that. So we have to be extra careful. Yeah, we do. But it's been real, y'all. I'm about to recharge for a minute. I'm about to reboot. And what time is it? Yeah, it's 3:53. Yeah, I'll be back a little later. I'm gonna see if I could I'm gonna see if I could put in a little video throughout the day. See if I could put it on, up and do a little upload. Okay, y'all just gonna just talk to each other on the way out and just exclude me out of here. Oh, okay. I see how it is. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing. I'll be back. All right. Now I appreciate you all being here. Thanks for showing me love, User and Eva. I feel double the love. All right. I feel loved. Now I saw you. All right, I will see both of you 2 lovely ladies in the next live stream. Peace, love, and light. We out. And what's up with all the other 6 people? Where are y'all at? Is that one of them might be Michael. Shout out to Michael. Michael might still be in the building. But shout out to the other 4 people. You could have said, you could have said something. You could have sent a donation. You could have let me know you were here. But I'll see you all in the next live stream. All right, peace, love, and light. We out. All right, so yeah, they are hiding. So thank you, User, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that. And everybody else who would like to support my channel, you'll be able to do so in just a few hours. And I will see you all in the next live stream. Peace.